Still missing a couple. Yeah, got to get Will up here yet. Margene, Will and Sally are back in the room. They're done. Tell them to come on out. Yeah. If we can get everybody to please take a seat. We want to get started. We want to. That's good. That'll get, that's. Okay. Got everybody here? Well, if they're not here, they'll get here. Donna, would you lead us in a short prayer before we start this presentation?
Yeah, Donna. Yeah. Michelle just asked if we should say Sister Donna Michelle or Sister Michelle Donna. Could be. All right, so we're here at Unity of Medina. President of the board, David Caperton, is going to do the report. We thank everyone on the board. We thank David for his leadership. We're 2 years strong and growing. And we ask that you all hold in your heart a vision of every chair filled as we continue in bringing the Christ energy to each one of the souls, the hearts that come and spend time with us. For Michelle and I work so well together to bring the message of unity as we all live the message of unity in this room. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Thank you, Donna. Okay, this is going to be a brief but concise report. This is a mid-year report, so usually when I do the report in January, we go into a lot more detail. I don't think it's necessary to go into the detail of what we spend for paper clips every year and things like that. So the report on as far as our financials is going to be a little bit on the brief side. First of all, we'll start with our expenses for the month of, I'm doing 1 month, and the months are very similar from January through June. We run pretty consistent. So I'm just doing June. For June, our expenses were $6,989. That's June of 2024. In June of 2023, our expenses were $8,226. So our income for June of 2024 was $4,672, and our income for June of 2023 was $6,731. So our income lowered by $2,058.70. That's the bad news, and there's a reason for that. Number one, attendance is down. Attendance is not what it was even a year ago. We need more people in these chairs. It helps. The ones that come here regularly have been very generous. We have a considerable amount that's being donated online. But you know what the old saying is, talk is cheap, but it takes money to ride the train, unfortunately, and that's the position we're in. However, we are holding our own. We had a decrease in expenses, which helped us of $1,237. So if we can continue to hold expenses reasonable and move up a little bit on our donations. And I always like to use the term, people say, well, I give till it hurts. Well, give till it feels good. And it might even be better, you know. We have many ways you can donate now. Of course, we've always had you could donate online. And now we initiated the QR symbols you'll see around the church. You can use QR symbols to donate. So, you know, we are moving into the new century slowly. Some of us have been dragging our feet just a little bit. I'm out of the 90s now, and I'm moving forward. So we're holding steady with the amount of money we're retaining in the bank. Our current bank account is right around $9,000, and we haven't had to go into that. Fortunately, we've been able to basically maintain. You know, a lot has changed in the last 2 years that we've been here. You know, we were in the larger facility. We had a larger congregation. Then COVID hit us, and that knocked us for a loop. And we lost the pastor that we had. He moved on. So we've been doing a lot of gear shifting. I feel like an over-the-road truck driver sometimes, you know, in the mountains. So, you know, we want to be open and forthright with everybody. We've got an excellent board. We have Bill, and we have Margene, we have Sally, we have Will, and we all work together well. Our board meetings are pretty detailed. We look at everything that we can look at. We look at all the suggestions that we get. We look at all the proposals that people bring to us and try to ascertain what we can and what we can't do. You know, obviously, there are some things we would like to do that we're not able to do at this point, but that doesn't get swept under the rug. We keep it on the forefront. We have a list of things that have not been resolved yet, and we go over that at every board meeting. Margene does a great job of keeping track of that for us. Sometimes it's an ugly reminder, but does a great job at that. So I certainly appreciate it. So that's the bad news. I like to get bad news out of the way first. And, you know, if you've got any questions about anything, you can always approach one of us board members or myself, and I'll be glad to answer those questions individually. What I want to focus on today's report to the congregation is all the good news we've had in the last 6 months. And we've had some really great triumphs. And I think it's going to lead to growth, and I'm looking forward to that. Here's some of the things that have happened, and some of the people who have put forth a tremendous amount of effort to get things done. In the month of January, started right out, Ann Lapp put together the Burning Bowl service for us. You know, that's something that we do traditionally in January, and she always does a wonderful job with that. And I really want to thank her for the work she put into that. That's one of my things I really like to be involved with. In March, Angie Hayes had a concert, and some of our congregation went and supported her and attended that concert, and that was important to us because we really value Angie's service and her work with us. Her music is beautiful, and we get a lot of uplifting out of that service. That was in March. In March, Michelle did prayer training at Westlake. That was helpful. Something we started, and I hope we pick it up again, is having our occasional after-service lunch buffet out at the Chinese restaurant. Oddly enough, That's better attended than our church service. Right. You know, and I want to really thank Judy and Karen for helping getting that organized and doing that. It was going back to the Sermon on the Mount. If you feed them, they will come. So it seems to work real good. February, Candace put on a book study, Living Originally. That was very well attended, and it was very successful. In March, again, Ann put together the Good Friday workshop and service, and that was well appreciated. Another good job. See, we got some people in here who have a lot of skills, and we're finding out about these skills, and we're going to continue to tap into those skills as best we can, you know, because we are one family. And I like to refer to us as a unity community, and I really like it that way. In May, Michelle had a class on, I think it was called Chaos to Clarity. Is that right? Yeah. And what?
On decluttering and finding your abundance.
Good. I would like to go from chaos to clarity from time to time. And that's only my personal life. Also in May, we had a special Mother's Day. That was very nice. We had pictures up on the piano here of mothers and flowers for all the mothers, and that was very nice. In June, Linda Salvey had a class on the chakras. That was another excellent class, and if we ever do that again, we're going to promote it more throughout the entire Unity community, not just us, because she does a super job on that particular presentation, and we're really lucky. I hate that Linda is moving away, but she's still going to be with us from time to time. So that's always good to have. In June, that was June. Also in June, we had a special Father's Day. We had pictures of all the fathers up here on the piano. And did we have any gifts for the fathers?
Yeah. Did you make the chocolate? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You made chocolate cakes and
Oh, yeah.
John ate his here in church.
Way to go, John.
Yeah. All right. And here's some of the more current things. At our July board meeting, we voted to for our tithe to support the outsource program. We changed, and we are now, our tithe is going to go to support that. And they've done a great work in our community. Sandy, they utilize this facility for their meetings, and a lot of people attended that rally up in the square. That was a huge success. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. I had another commitment that night. I would have liked to have been there. And Will learned a lesson about where you put chalk on the sidewalk and where you don't. And so, you know, yeah, he did, but I got him out of jail. It wasn't too bad. But it just, yeah. You know, Will, when they tell you you have the right to remain silent, but you don't have the ability, you run into trouble. So always try to remember that. I've heard they are. Yeah, it's not the best jewelry you'll ever wear. So,
Sandy for organizing.
huh?
Salute Sandy for organizing.
Yeah, she does a great job of that. All of you did. All of you that participated. I know we had a table up there, and our Unity community got a lot of exposure, and it was a big event, my understanding. So anyway, that's that. August 11th, mark your calendars. We're going to have our Unity picnic, and it's going to change from our original plan. We're going to have an outdoor service that morning starting at 10 o'clock in the Homestead Pavilion. Margene just let me know that we have reserved both time slots from 10 to 1 and to 4:30. So we're going to have a long window of time where we can have our picnic, have our Sunday morning service over there. And for those of you who don't know where Homestead Park is, go south to the stop sign, make a left, and follow it. It'll take you straight into the park. Can't miss it. We're only 2 blocks away, 3 blocks at the most. 4 blocks if I'm walking, because I always exaggerate. And coming up in September, we're going to have the donation for the Medina Personal Pantry, which we are collecting for in the back. There's a hamper out in the hallway. Put your collections in there. We move it inside during the week. And it looks like it's starting to fill up, so we may have to find other space for some of this stuff. But it looks like that's going to be a good success for the community. I'm looking forward to that.
We're not going to take that on a regular basis. We're not going to wait until September.
Okay, you're going to keep moving it around.
Yeah, keep moving it up to so they can use it. Right?
Okay. Thank you, Sally. I know you bought that new SUV for something. Okay. Now, in addition, I want to thank everyone who's volunteered for the last year. We've had so many people volunteer to help out, to do things, to sign up and show up. Betty, I want to thank you for providing our cleaning services. It's invaluable. It's great. I want to thank everybody who's served as greeters. I think our front door greeter position, whoever's doing that's one of the best positions we can have, because new people come and you never have a chance to make a second chance to make a first impression. So that first impression is very important. And I want to thank everybody who brings snacks. Yeah. I know Will and I go in after the service and do the count, and he always has a mouthful of cookies or something that comes in there, so he does real good about that. And asked me if I got anything. I goes, no, not yet. Okay, now, this comes to us, another issue that we're working on, Will and Bill and myself, inventory storage facility. And there's no other way to describe it as it's a nightmare. We have a lot of stuff. And I mean, you got to remember, we moved from that huge facility over here, and I think 2 men in a truck took 2 truckloads of stuff over there and put it in that storage facility. And there's a list of the items back there, and here's the way it's going to work. If you're interested in any of those items, please contact one of us, Bill or Will or myself, and we can only take 5, if we go in there, we can only take 5 people at a time in there because it's a secured area and he doesn't want a lot of vehicular traffic back there. And I understand that because there's other people coming in and out too. So if there's any particular item you want to deal on or work with, we're in the process right now of evaluating that, some of those items as to what the value is on them. Some of the stuff is, kind of make me an offer. Some of the stuff, if you take it out of there, it's enough of an offer. Believe me, we have some heavy desks and stuff like that people don't use much of anymore, but, you never know. Somebody might be able to use one of them. We have, I think, 11 of those. Remember those 5-foot round tables we used to use? We have 11 of those. We're going to sell 10 of them. We're going to bring one of them over here and put in the hallway with the other tables. So when we have a board meeting or something, we have a use for a table that size, we'll have one of them. We don't have room for all 11 of them over here. Those have a pretty good value to them. They're nice tables and new, they're quite expensive. So we're going to try to place a value on those and see if we can sell them, call around to a few places and see what we can do. That will help our bottom line. I know Ken's not here now, but Ken's going to go with me tomorrow over. He wants to buy one of our office chairs we have. So I don't know which one he'll pick out, but
Anybody in the congregation, look at John Cameron, he's got 2 barns. Can't we convince somebody to put this stuff in a barn?
we've discussed that, but we need to whittle it down to something more manageable.
And we haven't really used it, to be honest. So I think we have to move it out, and we could do with any donations coming back, if you don't mind saying that.
Yeah, everything that we can get rid of first will help. I think Will even said he might have a space for some of it down at his place. But there's a lot of stuff down there.
What is unity of, like Medina, unity of Westlake? What is the unity churches doing? Because my mom's at unity of Norfolk or one of those up in Virginia. They did a huge, big movement of getting people to come in. They built up like half of their population of, members. What can we do to increase our membership?
To increase our membership?
I mean, what is unity, the whole community, all the different unity churches, what are they doing to help build up their congregation?
I'm not real sure because you're more in conversation with them than I am, aren't you, Donna?
I am, but I think they're all, after COVID, they all had a decline.
Yeah.
And so I'm not really sure what they're doing. That's a good question we can ask. I mean, I know one of the churches, I think it was Renaissance, had a group come in, and so that was good. Michelle and I were gonna go talk to Donna and find out what they were doing, but then I just talked to David, and then that group, I think they probably stayed, but then that was it, so, I'm not really sure, what churches do, because I've been in churches a long time, and it's always the same question: how do we get new people in the door?
Right. And here's the thing to remember. It's not just us.
Oh, yeah, no.
Churches in general have fallen off tremendously in the last 4 years. After COVID, a lot of people stopped attending church. A lot of people are doing what we're doing, a video link. They're going to church in their pajamas.
Grace Church is excelling. I mean, huge, right?
There are very few.
But you got a lot of younger members with a lot of
Right.
selling.
Right. I know there's a church in Chippewa Lake that a friend of mine goes to. He's on the board. And they've been growing, but they have a real young population, and where their growth is in their children's ministry. And we're not equipped to do that at this point. Unfortunately, I don't know where we would put the kids.
Well, that's one thing, we shouldn't get rid of the kids stuff, because that, to me, is like saying, if we get rid of the kids stuff, that means we're giving up. I think we need to hang on to the kids stuff for plans of, it's gonna be here someday.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we can't put some of that stuff in storage. We just got to. It's hard for me to describe to you what that place looks like. There's a lot of stuff in there. You can hardly walk through it, and it's a big storage space. So we're working on that. We've got a year. What?
Ann's got a question.
I don't have a question, maybe a suggestion, is there's two things I was thinking of when I read the list. Head Start usually could definitely find inexpensive furniture for children. They could use all those tables and children's chairs and would give a donation for that instead of having to go through and buy, because what they spend on furniture is astronomical.
Imagine.
Head Start would be a good, if there's a Medina Head Start, they might be able to take that from me. And then my kids rave about Facebook Marketplace. I have no idea how to do it, but they rave on it.
Yeah, we know how to do that.
And they said they sell lots of things off of that.
Yeah, again, with our particular situation, it takes a lot of coordination to get it done. If it were in another location even, it would be easier for us. So we got a year. We got a year paid in advance on the storage facility. So, we got that long to make some moves on that, try to get it done. So that's something we're working on. We want to eliminate it if possible.
Have we ever thought of offering the space as for conferences or something like that, for
spiritual conferences or wellness conferences. I as for one person, I look to do different conferences at different places, and the space is great. It'd be nice to be able to say, put it out there that we have a space that's available for, use on X day or Y day or for such a price and so on.
So we actually do that. Yeah, we do, and mostly it's for the Unity community, so there's things that we get together for either book studies or whatever, but yeah, we do offer the space out. We don't really advertise that other than in our newsletter and things like that. But like I support uses space, the Language of the Hearts uses space, and then we have different communities that Karen has set up where they get together and they have meetings there. Not necessarily a big conference, but we do use that space, and it's done on a love offering, and it's really brought in quite a lot of money. Thank you, especially Karen. Thank you, because that's brought in an extra amount of money to be able to afford that building, this building. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are doing that, but open to do more of it, I think.
Yeah, we've been progressing in that area in the last year. Our first year, we didn't do much of it, and this past 6 months, we've done more of it as time goes on. So yes, we're very open to that. And
How much would a billboard be in Medina to start publicizing ourselves? And
For realtors, probably $3,000 or $4,000 a month. I mean, they're very, very, very.
Actually, people are online. If you,
Yeah.
Google ads,
Google Ads is
Facebook
actually a really
ads
good
are
one.
cheap
Right.
and they get
Yeah.
more people.
You can target them very well.
Yeah, you can.
And as David always says, we would love more help with that. So sorry, I'm interrupting your thing and I have to leave, but I mean, we are just us. So, and some of us have got skills and some of us don't have so many skills, but if somebody's got a way of advertising, a way of bringing more people in, I think that's fantastic. Please put it to the board and we can discuss it this week. And then, we would love to grow, but I think one of the biggest things is bring somebody in. Bring somebody with you, let's do it within us, doesn't cost anything. And then the free items, the free ways of advertising would be fantastic. Share. We have a fantastic newsletter, we have a fantastic Facebook page. Share that, put that out, encourage people to, we can all do that, and it costs nothing.
yeah, advertising is expensive, very expensive, especially it's gone up tremendously in the last couple of years. I know my daughter does a once a week infomercial for her Chinese medicine practice on Channel 19 on a Saturday morning. It's a 5-minute infomercial, costs her $2,500 a month. So it's not cheap.
are we at a point, we're starting to make money, are we at a point of possibly growing and starting a children's program? All the Unity churches that I see are excelling, have a children's program.
Yeah,
But you would need to advertise where the people are, which is online, and then the families will see it, and then they would be more interested. Yeah, something like a billboard is incredibly expensive, but it doesn't really get the click. You don't get the response off it like you would from online ads. Online ads can be fairly inexpensive, much cheaper than a billboard, and you get more actual response from them.
yeah.
The thing is, we don't have space for the children. We don't have space for the children.
No,
No, we can't advertise the children's program.
not yet. We don't have a place to put them. Wes, Karen?
Well, I want to say something that's not about children's programs, but this is right in front of us, and I think this is a great idea. I think most of my ideas are when I first get them. But the summer picnic's coming up, and we have lost lots and lots of members, and we're doing something different this year. We're being outside for service and then the picnic. Why doesn't everybody call an old friend that used to come? Why don't you call another friend that maybe you wanted to bring? And maybe more people would come. It's a great, great opportunity, and it's right in front of us, and it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Everybody call 2 or 3 old
I
friends.
totally agree with her.
Yeah, it's right here in
Well,
front of us.
that's what they
Let's
say
take that
about
opportunity.
unity. Unity is the best kept secret, and we keep it.
Right. So
Yeah,
get on
we
the
don't
phone
share.
and call a
We
couple
don't share
people.
about it.
And it doesn't have to be previous members. Everybody's got a friend you think, geez, I bet they'd like unity. I bet they'd like the music. I bet they'd like the message.
Yeah, could even be somebody who's never attended Unity before. Could,
It's right here in front of us, so let's
right.
teach it. Let's
Is
not
Angie
keep it a
gonna
secret.
play at the picnic?
I know, my other program and my other circle of friends, there's a lot of people in there who adhere to Unity principles because the principles run very along the same line. And I keep inviting people too, to church and to, so I will try to get them to come to the picnic and get to see what's going on.
Who doesn't want to come and eat and have fun on Sunday morning?
Right.
Here's the thing too, I mean, I used to run daycare networks, and the biggest key, and it's like, I brought so many people to it, they hired me. Like, the food program was on, and the key to it was phone calls to people. Not a general put a pamphlet out, is you had to call people and.
Personally
and
invite 'em.
personally invite them, you know,
Yeah,
so.
it's a good idea.
Telling that person, you matter. I'm taking time out of my day to call and talk to you on this
Here's,
issue.
here's
Right.
another thing. If anybody has talents and ideas, what if we do speaker series? Where somebody takes a talent, like you talk about dogs and your therapy dogs. And we volunteer, we would volunteer to help the church. And then we advertise those kinds of events on Facebook, doing Facebook events. You know, invite, you know, like how you do an event and then you invite people, you know. She's coming to talk about therapy dog, how to get a therapy dog. What if you had a dog you thought could be a therapy dog? What does it take? You know, I think people would be interested in hearing about that. You ride motorcycles. Tell us about your motorcycle travels. You are funny as heck. You should be a stand-up comedian. I think people would come to you. You know, we all have something to talk about, and maybe we start a speaker series once a month. I don't know what I.
Bring your talents.
I could do art or.
Bring your talents.
Yeah, or just finding your, you know, hidden talent, just try it anyways. You know, but maybe we start a speaker series where we all volunteer of, you know, something that we know and.
Yeah, and you know, it doesn't have to be the complete service. You just come and share something with us.
Yeah, and, well, I was thinking we could make them events too. And it could be, maybe that's a good idea, after service, we have the speaker talk. And then that would make somebody maybe come to the service to stay for that event,
Right.
you know?
Put that down, we'll talk about that. Something we can try to get going and get it going soon.
Yeah, I just came up with that.
Get it going as soon as possible. Okay,
Go back to what I talked about 6 months ago, which is money. Somebody said we're making money now. We're not.
we're not.
No, we're not.
We're holding our own right
How
now.
much did we lose in the last month?
It's less than it was before we had
Well, I don't care about, I want to know now.
lower income was $2,000 from the year before,
I know that.
from the year before.
We've got expenses, we've got income. What was the difference?
Net.
In June, what was the difference?
Revenue less
How much did
expenses.
we lose in June?
From June,
No, just
Just June.
revenue less.
we're down $2,000.
So we took in $2,000 less than we made in June.
Right.
Okay, well, I think that's significant, and I'm gonna say again, and I'll probably keep saying it, I wish in the newsletters monthly, there would be some sort of report like that. When I write out my checks to the church, I have a little question mark in my head, because I really don't know where we're going on a month-to-month basis.
We used to have it in the newsletter.
What?
We do have it.
We used to do that in the bulletin.
Well, I don't care what we used
I
to do.
know.
But it could come
It's in
again.
the bulletin now. It was.
Yeah, it is in the bulletin now.
Yeah,
I guess it's not in my bulletin, because I
Yeah, it's
haven't
way at the
seen it.
bottom.
It's way at the
right,
bottom.
it's at the bottom, it's in there.
Newsletter. Yeah,
I don't really see
It's
it
only
either
once a
there,
month.
so move it up where we can see it.
It's once a month.
Well, you can tell her to make it more obvious. Yeah, not a big deal. Well,
I mean, if we know about something, we can do something about it. If we're just kind of floating along, enjoying things, you know, that's very nice, but it's also very unrealistic.
Of course it is.
We're trying to
Right.
run, basically, we're running a business.
Right, I agree with you. And we're trying to keep it as open as possible. So anything you got, oh,
I'm not accusing anybody of anything.
right.
And I appreciate the work that you all do. I get it, I really do. But I still would like to know more about the money.
Okay. We'll see if we can make it more knowledgeable.
We were members at Unity Chesterland for a few years, and one of the things that Roy was wonderful about was prosperity and bringing in money that you needed and getting the entire parking lot
We worked on
redone.
that
It's
every
every single
we
service,
worked
there
on
was a segment of the service that was about abundance. And we focused on it, we meditated on it, and the money always showed. All the windows
New
were
windows.
replaced, all the garage, the whole parking lot was resurfaced. No debt, no anything.
No
The money just
fundraisers.
appeared.
It just
That was one of the things that we focused on every week was the prosperity. And we found for us that our prosperity grew as we were focusing on it for the church, we focused on it for us, and we all grew. So maybe we can even add an aspect of specifically focusing on prosperity in the services.
We've had Eric do a couple of services on prosperity.
But I mean, this was
But like
every
integrated
single
into every
week.
Sunday.
Yeah.
The problem with that too, though, is sometimes people, all they hear is money, 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 that.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's
and
not
this
how
is
it-
not,
that's
we're
not
not
how
about
it's
fundraising.
That's,
No, in Reverend Roy's case, he was my teacher, and in his case, you never were allowed to mention money,
No,
ever.
it's about abundance.
In fact, if he heard you speak about money, he would take you off the team. Like if you were on the driveway team or
Yeah.
something, and he heard you were talking about money, he'd say,
It
no,
was
no.
never fundraising.
What he would do would say, okay, everybody, smell asphalt, smell the parking lot. He used visualization.
Use your
That makes sense.
You know what I would love to do, is see us take over this building.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm serious, like, have those people have a reason not to be here anymore, and we take it over. That would be my vision.
The people up there that have a reason to be here own the building.
I know, but maybe they get so rich that they don't need that business.
Yeah,
Or they're so big, they move somewhere else. and
could be.
They're big enough to move.
Eric
It's
is
like
very
relocation.
clear that prosperity is not about money.
Right.
I remember that
That's-
clearly,
yeah.
his ponytail on prosperity.
But it was
Yeah, he's
amazing to
very
focus on
clear about
prosperity every week. And it just, money,
Well,
we didn't focus on money, but it was prosperity.
Yeah.
Right here with that scan code, I just donated. I took a picture, it took me to the site, and I donated. It's that easy, guys. I can't stay and help today, but I would help you another week. You know, it's that easy to do.
It's pretty easy. Thank you, Karen.
You don't have to find money.
Okay, before I wrap this up, I got one more thing. I need 3 people to volunteer to be on a committee, a nominating committee. There's 2 of our board members are going to term out, I believe in March, Margene and Sally. So we'll need a new secretary and a new treasurer. And we would like to do that as soon as possible because especially the treasurer position, it takes some training. Somebody just can't walk in there and take that over. So, and I need 3 people, and I will term out in June of next year. I've served too long on the board as it is, but I did make a commitment to Margene when we negotiated some of the new contracts last year, that if we took the lease for 2 years in advance, we saved some money. We took the rental on the storage for 2 years and saved money. We negotiated with Armstrong for a longer agreement on our internet, saved some money. So we've been able to save money, but I told her 2 years is it. So in June of next year, I will be done. And this is my second tour of duty in this position. And I don't want to have to do it again. Time for me to take a break. So I want you to come to any of us board members if you're willing to volunteer to be on that nominating committee for those positions. So we need to get started on that as soon as possible. Oh, yeah. What was I going to mention? Oh, yeah.
This happens to be your
Michelle and
ministerial team.
Michelle and Donna have signed another contract for at least the next 6 months. Is that right? So we're set to go on that.
Do you do your board meetings like online, in person? How frequently?
We do them in person here at the church.
What time and day?
Uh,
I'm sorry, what?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. on the
Second Monday of each
on the first Monday. So
Wait a minute.
The first Monday, second Monday,
second Monday,
Of each month?
second Monday of each month. I have something else I do on the first Monday. That's a little confused. They're basically, the board meetings are closed unless you have something that you want to present to the board.
Yes,
But I
there's
mean, for
job
the officers,
descriptions.
for those open positions of
There are job descriptions.
Second Monday of each month at 6 p.m.
We do have job descriptions.
Yeah. We'll get that job description out.
Saturday?
Yeah, she had to go.
When Sally started, she started developing a manual for each step that she does as the treasurer. It's got the passwords, it's got when the money is deposited in the bank, how you make copies of the checks before you make the deposit. So she's really got a really nice manual. And copying after her, I will add to what the secretary job description is. And so that should help as well. And we'll both be here for questions or shadowing for the next person coming up.
Be a smooth transition, hopefully. Hopefully. I guess covers about everything. Like I said, we have a more detailed January report, and a lot of the money issues in January we'll go into more detail, so that we know what we're going.
I have one other idea. How many here are on Facebook? Okay, how about you talk about unity on Facebook? You know, post something, hey, that Wikia did a really good service, you know, especially if something different happens. And Angie was awesome today, wasn't she? And we all talk, we chatter on Facebook, so your friends see the chatter.
Yeah.
You know, start like, hey, guess what? We're gonna be on the square to help out, outsource, talk about what we're gonna do on Facebook. And if not Facebook, Instagram, whatever people are doing now,
Yeah.
we start being our own communication people, the cheerleaders, yeah,
That's a good idea.
you know?
It's easy enough. I look at it every day.
Like, hey, Will, I liked your joke as I walked in the door today, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have a Unity Medina Facebook page? Or is it just the individual people?
We do, but you're not allowed to talk on it.
Yeah,
You can't post to it?
it's a business page, not a community page.
That seems odd. That
Well,
restricts,
I think
that
it's to
restricts
keep off,
communication.
probably to keep
Right.
off,
Keep off.
Well, it has to be monitored,
yeah.
but
There is a way that you can post, have people post things that have to be approved before they go on.
yeah, you can put that
But
filter.
still,
It depends on what kind of page it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Facebook pages like that.
maybe what we could do is a Friends of Unity of Medina page,
Yeah.
instead, where it's off the business, but
Oh, I like that.
we talk.
I have that with my high school graduating class. We have a friends of that group, and we hear from them every day.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
good.
why don't we do that, guys?
Yeah, so Westlake has a community page that all the members can get into, and there's a group. But we have our main Facebook page for the business too, so the advertisements go on both, but the community group allows us to talk to each other more often.
Well, okay, that's good. We'll work on all that stuff. If we don't have anything else, that's all I got. And go do your thing. Thank you all for listening.